It wasn't happening. But anyway, that flows us into number 13 about love one another, not with just your words, but with your actions. You see, it's easy to say, I love you, 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 love you. You see that? I said love you at least 20 times in that whole little statement just now. But at the same time, that's just expression. That's just outward me pushing air out, utilizing my tongue to push out a thought from my mouth. Now, the real actions come into is not about things, because see, people would make that assumption that you would hear, not with just your words, but with your actions, to think that it's about now. Okay, she going out trying to buy something. This one's out here trying to get red bottoms. This one's out here purchasing this. No, it's not. That's not the type of actions that we're talking about. The type of actions that go higher than purchasing temporal things is the way how you interact with each other. The way how you start to grow in the spaces that are created that allow you to express that love in a level where all that other stuff is great. And I'm not going to tell you that if it's within your power and you want to bless someone with certain things, be mindful. I for one am one of those main people. I like my wife looking good. I like my wife having the great stuff, but at the same time, I know how to do it sensibly. There's no reason why she can't walk out and be the best looking thing walking down the street, but that doesn't mean I'm going to break out bank to do it. Because now I'm going to, just to make her look good, I'm going to break out bank. That's not wisdom. But wisdom is figuring out ways to make sure your woman looks like $1,000,000, and at the same time, you still have some money left in reserve to do what you need to do. So those actions start with the vibrations of how you navigate with each other, how you deal with each other in the home, as Cheryl was just alluded to, how you even once the kids are involved, because the kids are very mindful, and how you interacting with these kids, how you're interacting with your spouse in front of these kids. We wonder why sometimes certain things are, we won't even say it's genetic, it's more inherent because of viewing, because of the eye gates of seeing. I saw things growing up that I knew, should I try to bring that into my relationship? And as that gray matter started disappearing off of my brain, all of a sudden it was like, no, I ain't doing that here. And I'm not gonna speak to my wife, but it could be vice versa. But she'll share in her point. But my main thing when it comes to love and expressing it, not only with just your words, but with your actions, it's easy to run around and say, "Oh, I love you, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you," and then at the same time, those same people run around saying, "I love you" 50 million times, and next you know, you start digging through their closet and they got all kind of stuff going on. I know I'm gonna say something right now that deals with this, and I believe for me has been a governor for me, but I've learned how to temper it as I've become older. But honesty is a great thing, but sometimes you can be too honest. Don't be too honest where you're becoming hurtful, because now that hurtful is not showing love. But be honest to the point where there's an established rapport that you have with each other, that, you know what, if my wife walks over to me like, Greg, you need to take this mint. 10, 15 years ago, it'd have been like, yo, what are you doing? What do you think this is? You telling me my breath stink? You don't love me. My breath stink. My breath don't stink. Now, with me being a learned, wise man, she's walking by me with a little tic tac on, I understand. She said, you're not offensive, but we're dealing with people. And she'll hook a brother up. That's love. That wasn't a purchase. That wasn't something where it was you sitting there saying, oh my God, what did she give you? What she gave me is what I needed at that particular point. And that's love. See, that's one of the things that we as a couple motivators are for. See, we're gonna throw out some little, we're gonna hit you with things that you understand, but at the same time, we're gonna throw curveballs where you think we're going one way and we're really bringing you straight and center. Because there's nothing wrong with having great stuff and great things and having money, but if you have no one to share it with, if you have no vibration where you're actually enjoying your life, that you're building, that you're creating this legacy for, and what the hell are you doing it for? Are you gonna make someone else miserable while you're miserable? Just to prove because you have something? What you have don't mean nothing. And that could be from a 20,000 square foot home to someone living in a studio apartment. So when you show your true actions of love, it's not about just manifesting pockets of air out of your mouth. It's about really getting in tune with the situations around you. And by doing so, it goes back to how we said earlier to number 12 about respecting yourself. Because now if you're doing that, you respect yourself. It's now you respecting another person, because now you're not going to do an action that's going to be belittling to your partner, but you're going to accept that, yo, if they got my back, yo, they see something that needs to be corrected, respect that and keep it moving. If you can do that, you'll have a very long and healthy relationship. Sure.
What I say about this when I wrote this is about the love one another. Is love one another also is very, very personal, because how we feel about love, you have to know what people feel about love. What does love really mean to them? And what love means to them can be a total different thing than what you may think what love is. So that's why you have to be very clear about what do you mean by love. Because some people, and bringing to, if this, like, even if this is your second relationship, people tend to really go off of the fact of what they did in their prior relationship. If you did not get the help
Very
that you
true.
needed in your relationship, because this man could be really loving on you, and then you don't see it as love. You see it as something that's, wrong. He may see of love. Greg's way of showing love was he was a provider. So I knew that Greg's love was, just providing. However, I needed for him to understand that I needed this type of love. And for him to show what I needed, for him to show not just with his words, but with his actions, and just because Greg would write me love letters when we was very early on in our relationship. And then he stopped. So I'm like, what the heck? So, when you just get comfortable with each other.
Sure.
And that's the thing. And we don't really, we're women, we don't really need a whole lot. It's just a point where we just need to know that you just care. And he doesn't have to buy me, and he has bought me some lavish gifts. However, he just doesn't wait for he doesn't wait for a holiday. He doesn't wait for that to happen. He'll just sometimes just give it to me. Sure, I saw this. I thought it was very nice. I thought it would look nice on you. And that would be it.
Keep it moving.
And I would say thank you. And the thing is, that was just showing me love. But then certain things that he may leave a little note, that made my day. That would just make my day. If he would just come by and just give me and squeeze me and give me a hug, that's showing me love. And it didn't cost him a thing, but he just carved out a little time. And that's what I mean by not just your words, because you do need to say you love you to your spouse. And then it's something about unconditional love, because your spouse may do some things that get on your darn nerves.
Last nerve.
You gotta love those imperfections. They gotta be perfect for you. And then you let them know during that time. Listen, I don't like that you have this here, the clothes on the floor. Just put them over there. Let's have a solution. Maybe the solution is getting a bigger house. More closets. Maybe you've outgrown that. Or if you're so busy in your day and you're not able to do what you need to do, you need maybe to get some help around there. Get somebody in. Like, I know that our days are busy. I can't clean the house. Like, I know we would get somebody to get in here to clean the house. It's just that simple. There's always a solution to what's happening around you. You want to say something?
Oh no, that was great. I mean, as we